Well, my next guest was featured in the Global Leadership Summit, where some of the world's foremost leaders share how they've been able to succeed in their area of expertise. Think TED Talks for leadership. Well, Danielle Strickland is no stranger to us here at 100 Huntley Street, and she joins us again. Thanks for coming back.
No, it's fantastic to be here.
What was it like being part of the Global Leadership Summit?
Yeah, the Global Leadership Summit is always such a privilege and an honor.
Yeah.
It's my second time there in a couple of years. And it's always, I think, just an incredible opportunity to really talk about practical leadership tips from people who are really getting things done. And so there's this beautiful mixture of like top business experts and then also spiritual truth and spiritual leaders and a real sort of Jesus-centric framework at that event. I think it's really beautiful, and it's such a strategic way to influence leaders and communities all around the world.
Yeah. And especially because you have such a passion for something that I think the whole world needs to be passionate about, and that's empowering women, and empowering a group of people that have really been on the margins of our society. Explain your work in that and where that passion comes from.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it comes from, except that I know that to follow Jesus, it's kind of where the road goes. I feel like Jesus always heads to the margins. He always goes out of his way to get in the way of injustice and suffering and pain. So I feel like I accidentally followed Jesus. Like, I mean, I purposely followed Jesus, but I accidentally landed in border places and margins, and to my delight, discovered that that's where I experienced Jesus most profoundly and see transformational truth happen. And so it's been just a great honor. But I feel like specifically at the GLS this year was a great opportunity to talk about a repair that needs to be at work in the relationship between men and women in the world. And how gender empowerment and gender equity, sort of this idea of not only equality, but equal access and opportunity, is actually a way that the earth is redeemed by the grace of God. That God's original intention for the earth was for it to flourish. And one of the recipes for the flourishing of the world was men and women working together in a shared leadership model. So kind of coming to this place in our current world where, you know, global movements of women are saying this isn't going to work out for us. And they're finally exposing some truths that aren't new. They're shocking, but they're not new. They're old, actually. But there is this beautiful opportunity we have now to move forward together in making a better world.
And we're trying to do that here at 100 Huntley Street. As I said, you're not a stranger to us. You've been here a number of times. Talk to maybe our viewers at home at why it's important to have a national voice like 100 Huntley Street.
Look, I think there's a whole bunch of reasons, but a few that come to the top of my mind is that it's really hard to unite a nation that's so spread apart. And that's been one of the, you know, when you're at work locally in a neighborhood, I mean, it's powerful, but you feel really disconnected from other neighborhoods in Canada, more so than any other place, because it's just so spread apart. We're just so spread apart. So I've often thought, you know, some of the most transformational experiences that I've had have been with people with incredible stories. And all my whole ministry has been going from pulpit to pulpit to pulpit, sharing the stories because I understand that they have power. So how much more powerful is it to have a place where you can feature transformational stories and encounters that are real and true and happening and possible for people than a platform like this one, you know, where you can just keep it going and get into every single, and you can see these unifying threads of truth in each city and in every town and in every socioeconomic background. And so it's a really powerful platform to share transformational truth that can change people's lives.
And highlight world changers like yourself.
I'm super grateful I'm grateful for what you're doing here.
Thank you, Danielle. Well, again, we want you to continue to support what we do here at 100 Huntley Street. We can't do it without you. As Danielle said, the power of a story. A story is not something that you can change. It is your individual story. And if God is a part of that story, that's what we want to highlight across this nation. We want to make sure that Jesus is strong across this nation. Call our number at the bottom of our screen, 1-800-265-3100, or you can give securely online at crossroads.ca/donate. Now let's head back to the team at the pledge lines. Hey, guys.